Hello everyone, it is Ashley here. I am here for the Cherry on Top design team and we're doing our October YouTube hop. Just quickly, I'm showing you this fun little layout I created using my Silhouette Design Studio, and I just wanted to show you that. So the theme for the hop is fall inspiration. So of course that seemed perfect for this Simple Stories collection called Cider and Donuts. Now, when I first saw this collection, it made me think of one of their past collections. It was called Cozy Day, and I loved that collection. It was one of my favorite fall collections from Simple Stories. So when I saw this one, I had to pick it up so that I could use it. Okay, so I have these strips that I'm cutting out. I have that blue grid one at a 9x9, this green one at 3x12, and then that little acorn with the leaves was 1/2 inch by 12 inches. Trying to decide if I want to curl that corner. Quickly, this layout is based off of another layout that I saw by Rebecca Ruiz. I think that's how you say her name, and I'll make sure to show what hers looks like at the end of this video, and then you can kind of see how I changed it to make it my own. But this cut file is I made on my Silhouette Design Studio. It is the pumpkins cut file from the Cherry shop, and you get 4 pumpkins and 1 backing piece to back the different pumpkins, and I've used 2 of the pumpkins, one with the heart and one without, and I just basically used my Silhouette Design Studio to line them up in a line, and I used the divide tool. If you're not familiar with that, it is basically a tool that where they intersect, it, like if 2 pieces intersect, it cuts the parts that intersect so that they're their own pieces. I hope that makes sense. And then you can remove what you don't want. And so I basically removed the part that went behind 2 of the pumpkins so that it looks like the 2 pumpkins that are with the words are in front and the other 3 pumpkins are kind of behind them. I really do hope that makes sense. Anyways, and then I have this Hello Pumpkin cut file also from the Cherry shop, and I'm just backing that here with this pretty little pumpkin pattern paper. This paper comes from the 6x8 paper pad, as well as those other pumpkins that the patterns came from that paper pad, and then the rest of the papers are just 12x12s. So I decided after I cut everything from white cardstock that I did not like the white cardstock. It just seemed to blend in too much, so I grabbed some craft cardstock and I'm just going to adhere it over the white, and I offset this one here to just give a nice little border. Alright, and then the pumpkins cut file, I am just going to glue the cardstock or the craft cardstock on directly right over with no offset. I just felt like it wasn't necessary and I liked the way that looked. And then I also will do the craft cardstock on the little hearts too. So just getting that all glued down, and I just do little dots here and there. Alright, and then the hearts here. And I did have those hearts with foam adhesive, if I didn't mention that from earlier. So I think I'm going to start to put the layout together, like as far as gluing everything down. I like the way this is looking, and it looks pretty much just like I had designed it on my Silhouette Studio design software. Just trying to figure out exactly where I want my my photos to lay underneath that cut file. Quickly about this hop, if you leave a comment on each of the videos in this hop, you will be entered in a chance to win a gift card to the Cherry shop, which is so awesome and so generous of them. So go ahead and hop along and see all the fall inspiration that we have for you, and you can win a prize possibly. So very cool. I'm going to bring in some of these floral and fall leaves and little mushrooms and stuff in here from this pack, and just trying to create a few clusters. I am going to tuck in some of the pieces in along the Hello Pumpkin cut file and the pumpkins on the bottom, and then I'll eventually move that little floral piece up into that little L-shaped space there on the top of where my photos are. All right, and then I decided I want some pumpkins also in that little that space I was talking about by my photos. So I'm going to open up this ephemera pack here. I found some little hearts that I want to place over those other hearts on the pumpkins, and then I do eventually find a cute little orange pumpkin. I saw this banner piece and I really wanted to use that, but I didn't like the colors that it had, so luckily there was this other banner piece here on the 12 by 12 cardstock stickers, or the sticker sheet, sorry, and that was perfect. So I'm adding some foam adhesive, and then I will add that to the corner of that blue grid paper. And I just decided that floral piece that I originally was going to use was just too big, so I bring in this smaller floral piece. And there we go. I am going to fiddle with that for a little bit, so I'll eventually cut out here, and then I'll come back in to a little bit further into the layout. I just could not make up my mind how I wanted that to look, and I wasn't going to make you watch that whole time. And I was still trying to decide if I was going to bend that corner. So now this is the next day, and I decided I wanted to add in this pattern paper. You can see I have an X on my hand. I'm sorry. We went to my daughter's volleyball tournament, and they mark your hand at the door to get in. So that's why that's there. So please excuse that. But you can see I had already glued some other stuff down. I glued down these really pretty enamel dots from Prima Marketing. They just make the most gorgeous enamel dots, and I love them so much. So I glued those down, and then I glued some pumpkins down, and I added in some white gel pen, just some small details. So I'm going to glue those all back down, and I really like that much better with that other pattern paper. I feel like it really just grounds that blue grid paper so much better. So I'm just going to show you a quick look at it completed. I just love it so much. And then I will show you Rebecca's layout and what inspired me. So you can see that I flipped it and then made it my own. And I really like hers a lot. I love the colors that she used. So thank you so much for stopping by, and just a reminder to leave a comment to be entered into the chance for that gift card. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.